Hey there everyone, Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Favorite Bands A to Z, the show we're doing here throughout the month of July. Every day a different letter of the alphabet. Every day I'm going to pick my favorite band or artist that starts off with that letter and my favorite album by that band or artist, as well as a runner-up favorite album by that band or artist. So today we're on F. This was pretty tough. There's a lot of really good ones for F. None for me that really stood out head and shoulders above them all. A couple that I think maybe just eked it out. And it was right up till just a little while ago where I finally said, all right, I'm gonna go with these two here. The one in first place, the one in second place, or as runner-up as I like to call it. A lot of good bands to choose from. So, is he going to choose the Flower Kings? Is he going to choose Fish or Focus or Foghat or Fleetwood Mac? Ultimately, though, I decided to go with Fate's Warning as my number one. My favorite band that starts with F, for a lot of reasons. I've been a big fan since, almost the beginning. I remember the first time I heard Awaken the Guardian, which is probably my favorite Fate's Warning album, followed closely by No Exit. No Exit has been really gaining a lot of steam for me in years, and I like a lot of the more recent stuff too. Basically, they've never really put out a bad album. But Awaken the Guardian is, of course, it's the last album with John Arch on lead vocals before Ray Alder comes in. Very special album. Again, this band was so important on the kind of the formation of what we would know as progressive metal these days, right? Alongside, Queensryche and then Dream Theater a few days later. Sure, you had some earlier bands like Rush and maybe Rainbow, maybe little bits of Sabbath, Certainly other bands dabbled in what we would now know as progressive metal, but I think Fate's Warning deserve a lot of credit for developing those, complex time signatures and those, really heavy riffing, the soaring upper register vocals, the lyrics all about, horror themes and science fiction and fantasy and the macabre and all that sort of thing, which, that was a big part of the early progressive metal sound, and we've seen lots of bands who have made careers out of that kind of formula, taking it to different avenues. So that is my favorite band for F. All right, Fate's Warning. Like I said, a lot of good albums. Is their most recent one the last one? We don't know. But they've given us many, many years, quite a few decades of some really sensational live performances and studio records that, just real good, dramatic, challenging progressive metal that, has always featured just fantastic vocals and musicianship. So that's my pick for favorite band for the letter F. Runner-up, however. So you just know, because I mentioned all those other bands and artists before, that it's not going to be one of those, because that's generally how I work things. So this is a late... I actually had another band that was going to be my runner-up. That was going to be Free. And then I was like, whoa, And I want to thank Chuck Alvarez for this, because Chuck is the one who reminded me. I don't know how I forgot this. But man, I really, really love Foreigner. This is, of course, the debut. One of the great debuts of all time. Foreigner, for me, have always just done a fantastic job of blending great 70s and 80s style hard rock with tons of hooks and a pop sensibility. And, they even got a little proggy in moments here and there. But, man, just Lou Gramm's vocals, Mick Jones's songwriting and guitar chops, the whole band, really. I mean, this is just a band of professionals. And, yeah, some may call it, kind of corporate rock and what have you. And I know bands like Foreigner and Journey and Toto, always kind of maybe look down a little bit from people outside of North America. But here in the States, I mean, this is a bona fide supergroup, always one of the big bands from day one. And I just always really like them. Always liked them. Love most of the albums. Seen them live numerous times. And so many great songs. So yeah, they're going to be my runner-up today. Of course, the debut feels like the first time. Cold as Ice, Star Rider, Head Knocker, The Damage Is Done, Long, Long Way From Home, Woman, Oh Woman, At War with the World, which is so damn heavy. Love it. Fool for You Anyway, and I Need You. Man, just top to bottom, just a classic album by a classic band. So that is my runner-up for today, but coming in number 1, Progressive Metal Titans, Fate's Warning. My favorite band, starting with the letter F. Foreigner right behind it for my runner-up. List yours down in the comments below. Who is your favorite band starting with F, your favorite album by them, and who is your runner-up band starting with F and your favorite album by them? And surely explain why, right? So be curious to see what you guys come up with. A lot of great choices, right? A lot of great choices. And tune in each and every day throughout the month of July where we continue on this trend as we work our way towards Z. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Coming up later today, we've got John McEntee from Incantation coming back on the show. He and I are going to rank the studio catalog of black metal legends Immortal. So stay tuned for that later on this afternoon. And of course, tomorrow we got the Hudson Valley Squares. Tuesday in the Prague Seat. Wednesday, new album review day. What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility Day. Thursday, the Monsters Den. And Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff. So stay tuned for that and a lot more. Also got, you're going to get me with a ranking the albums, solo albums of Peter Gabriel this week as well. Not quite sure what day I'm going to squeeze that in, but that's coming up real soon. So you don't want to miss that either. We've also got ranking the albums of Wobbler, Norwegian progressive metal act, or not progressive metal, progressive rock act, Wobbler. And I got a whole bunch of other ones that are kind of in the works over the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. And a lot more here on the channel. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell so you get all those emails that let you know when we posted a new video. If you want to make a donation to the channel, any donation is greatly appreciated to help us kind of buy things and keep things going here on the channel. The link is down below, as well as the link to our merch page where you can get brand new Sea of Tranquility shirts with 3 of our cool catchphrases. I got the olds, more will than skill, and of course all the damn time. We've got Monsters Den shirts, we've got Hudson Valley Square shirts, we've got Comic Book Geezer shirts, and all sorts of other cool things. There's also a couple more. We got one in the works for our In the Prague Seat show, so stay tuned for that. We've got another catchphrase one coming up as well. So all sorts of stuff happened, guys. So thanks for everything. 20 million views and counting. We'll see you later on with more stuff. Bye-bye.